Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel and another Strokes of Sunshine. In this video, we will be giving a shout out to a beautiful soul in our coloring community. We will be taking a look at what I have been coloring this past week, and we are going to have some fun playing in one of my coloring books. So if you would like to jump ahead to something in this video, I'll put timestamps down below. If not, let's go ahead and jump in. So I always like to start with our sunshine shout out, and this week goes to Nikki, and you can find Nikki over on Instagram at Nikki's Arty Creations. And I have had the privilege of connecting with Nikki these last few weeks and just getting to know her heart a little bit deeper. And she is just a beautiful soul. She is from the UK. She's formerly a teacher. So I feel like we have a lot in common there. But what I admire about Nikki so much is her bravery, because she just recently started her coloring journey and jumped in. I think it was around March of 2026. And she just jumped in with 2 feet, and she is giving it everything she has and putting herself out there, which is, as you all know, if you are on social platforms, such a scary thing to do. And I think that she is truly so brave with what she's doing, because I can't imagine jumping into a platform doing something like that I just started. I have been coloring kind of my whole life. I definitely have delved in a deeper, like at a deeper level this last couple of months or to a year for sure. But it wasn't like I just picked up a coloring book. You know, I loved coloring when I was a kid and so forth. But for Nikki, this is a new hobby, and she is all the way in, and I love that. But with that sometimes comes like this doubt or this fear of, do I belong here? And I just want to reassure Nikki that you most definitely belong here. Your light is so bright. I want you to keep showing up in this world. I just went back out and looked at your Instagram today, and I just can't believe the growth that you have made as an artist in just a few short months. And I hope that all of you will go out and give Nikki some love on her post, because she is a walking, like, symbol, walking testimony of what it is like to just put drops in the bucket every day and how we grow along along our paths. And she's doing that, and sometimes it feels like such a long journey, and it feels like when we look at stuff day to day, it's not happening, but friends, it is. And for Nikki, it is, and I'm so excited for her. And I just think that she is a wonderful spirit, a wonderful soul, and I just can't wait to see what she does in this coloring community. She brightens my day so many times with her beautiful comments, because that takes time. It takes time to watch my videos. It takes time to leave a comment, and an authentic, heartfelt comment. And she does that, and she pours into me, and I am so thankful for that. Nikki, I hope you know that. But I hope that the coloring community will now come pour into you, because I just am thankful for your light and the example that you are to me, to keep being brave and to keep showing up in spaces that scare me, and just to keep fearlessly being authentically myself. So thank you, Nikki. You are my sunshine shout out this week, and I am sending you all my love. Okay, so this week in my coloring books, last Strokes of Sunshine video, we worked on this page together, and I showed you how to do like a watercolor layer. It was actually how do you use watercolor in the car. So if you haven't seen that and you want to check that out, that is last week's video. But then I have continued to work on this page throughout the week, and I am loving how it is turning out. I think I'm almost done. I think I want to outline the stars here. I was waiting for the glitter gel pens to dry, and maybe some outlining of some of these little characters that I just kind of used some gel pen and colored pencil for. But I'm really enjoying how it's turning out. I think the color palette is fun. I experimented with some gel crayons and some soft pastels in the background and kind of played with that, but Yeah, so that is Lulu Mayo's A Million Sea Creatures. Next, Fairy Tales and Folklore. I had started this page last week with some ink tints, and I just continued on getting the lemons done. I believe the leaves were done last time, and possibly the flowers. If not, I did the flowers this past week. And then I went and did the stems, and then used pan pastels for the sky so far. So I still have some more work to do on these butterflies, and then I need to decide if I'm going to do any, like go over any of the lines or anything like that. But this has been a lot of fun, and it's given me a chance to get back into my Derwent ink tints, which I love. This paper is amazing. There's like no bleed through, nothing. It's so great. I'm really looking forward to getting into this book more. But that is that page. Also on last week's Strokes of Sunshine, we tried out my 5 and Below gouache on all the cats. And then once I got off and throughout this week, I did the gold Reuben watercolor on kind of the cat tails that don't belong to any cats is how I would define that. So, you know, all of these cats have their tails, but then there's just like these random really long tails throughout the paper or throughout the pages. So I just did those with a metallic, and then I used one of my metallic markers that I got from Five Below as well, the purple one, to do all of the background. And I love how that turned out, and it was so easy to use. So becoming a big fan of those really fast, and I had plenty of marker. Like I was like, ooh, what if this runs out? What if it only does half the page? No problem. And it was still really juicy by the time I got to the other side. So loving that, and looking forward to finding some more backgrounds to love bomb, as Maya says, with those markers, because I think that they're just going to add a great metallic background to so many pages. But I still need to go in and finish up these cats, probably with some pencil, and I would like to outline this extra cat's tail, and then those will most likely be done. But I love how that's turning out. I think that purple background's a lot of fun. And then this one I had also started 2 weeks ago, but I went in and did a second layer of Neo Color 2s, and then I started doing some shading on the cat. I think I might do this side as well because I feel like it's looking very lonely and I need to do both. So I may do a video on that, or if we get through what we're doing today really quickly, then we might hop to this page and do some of this as well. But I didn't do a ton of coloring this week. It was back to school for my kiddos, and I feel like we have been so busy because then it was like jumping into activities, and we've got soccer at the high school, and we've got, you know, theater classes and dance classes and voice classes and all the things happening. And it's mom back to teaching for my homeschooler, and it's just been busy to say the least. So we have just been going, and my role just changes when the school year starts, and my free time, unfortunately, minimizes as well. So we'll see what I get done, but I'm trying to give myself grace. I know that I probably won't complete as many pages this month as I have in the past, or even that I would like to. There's even days where I'm like, oh, I didn't color at all today, and it really is my happy place, and so that's hard. But I also am trying to remind myself that this season of where my kiddos are is so short, and I need to just soak up all of the car rides and moments that I get with them, and the joy that, you know, having them be in their activities and doing the things that they love also fills my heart, and I'm trying to just find that balance with it all. So if you too are in a busy season with kids, give yourself grace, give your kids grace, give yourself grace in this season right now where school has just started, and there's a lot of change. It's changed for everybody, and it takes a little bit of time, but you know, once you get systems in place and schedules in place, it gets better. Okay, so we are going to work in 50 Vacation Miniatures by Kameliya Angelkova, and I got this book last month, I believe, because I wanted to join Erica over at Elm Colors on her coloring Kameliya Angelkova books, and I started this page. So I wanted to get a first layer down before we did a background today. And I just went in with Ohuhu alcohol markers. In fact, I can show you the colors. I have that right there if you want to take a screenshot. But I just did a first layer of all of the markers, and then I'll go back on and we'll do some shading with probably the alcohol markers, but then also some pencil and some acrylic marker I believe I will use. But what I thought would be so fun is to try a tempera stick. These are my Kingart tempera paint sticks background, where I just kind of like make lines all over the pages and just kind of have it be like an artsy fun pastel background. So that is what we are going to do today. I haven't ever used my Kingart gel paint sticks in a background before. I just need to break this spine a little bit more. Okay, and I think the key to this is going to be not to overthink it too much. So I'm probably going to have to get creative into some of these smaller spots, but we'll see. These are not, you cannot blend them. So like once I put them down, like they're there, like they're not moving. I mean, they're going to be where they're at. So that's why I said I can't overthink this too much. I just need to have fun. I'm going to get a piece of paper in a sec. All right, that way I don't have to worry about. And I'll probably just go through the colors and then probably back through again. So yeah, you'll have to tell me if you guys have, I know a lot of people started getting these. Oh, I just got a little bit on my ice cream cone there. That's okay. No biggie. We can work with that. If you have these, how you like to use them. I, most of the time, use these in my journal when I'm doing my art journal. I have not really used them a whole lot in my coloring books. So another reason I wanted to get them out and just kind of play with them. I thought that it would be fun to try something new, and I saw this page and I was like, oh, that's kind of perfect for this idea. And I don't know if I'll do anything else on top. We'll just have to see. Okay, I'm gonna have to get into those little crevices. So this, I'm trying to remember how many my set. Okay, I have the set with 36 of the tempera paint sticks. So it's a pretty good variety, and you get a couple black, a couple white. In fact, I think one of the blacks are like a metallic. I'm not sure if there is a bigger set or not. I would have to look into that. But I think you get a lot of the colors that you would need. I mean, obviously I have all these pastel colors to use. Let's see how much I can get into this little area. So it has been a hot week for the kids, but it is raining currently, so hopefully it gets it out of its system before school is dismissed and my oldest has to go to soccer tryouts. Or they will be practicing in the rain, which really he doesn't mind. He actually thinks it's kind of fun. It makes me nervous because the turf gets really, really slick. And he only has one speed, and that's fast. So after we've had, let's see, 3 broken wrists and a collarbone in the last like 5 years, I'd rather not have any more broken bones this year. So we're going to put out positive energy that all those kids stay safe if they have to play in the rain today. Okay, so this orange color is the last color, and then we'll start kind of going back in with the other colors. Again, I'm just going to kind of see how close I can get to some of these. It almost feels like you're coloring with like a lipstick. I feel like the consistency of it, in my opinion, feels like that. So if you've never tried these, it's kind of what it's like. If you were young and you got like your chapstick or something out and you tried to draw with it, that's what it reminds me of. I probably will go and do another layer on top as well, just so it has that layering look. All right, let's see. Put some here. Just kind of there. Oh, I see another spot. I want some orange. All right, so now I'm gonna grab the yellow again, since that's the first one. I'm gonna have to get more creative on where I put all the colors now, because we've already done one layer. But like here, I can make that go on top of the pink. Same with this. It's just kind of fun. It's not like, if you don't overthink it, you really don't have to think about it much at all. It's just covering the white spaces with color. Alright, let's see what I can do here and see if I can get in this little corner. Again, I'm hoping when I go over with some acrylic paint pens on those edges, that will take care of some of that overage that I've done. All right. Hit some more, get some more pink on there. So how is everyone else's back to school, whether it's your kids or your grandkids? Has everyone had a good start to the school year? Did they start getting homework right away? My kids had homework day one. So no more chilling in summertime. It's go time. But they've been on top of it and doing good, so I am proud of them for that. All right, let's try some more green. I'm liking how it's starting to look when I go over the colors, and there's like more layers to it too. So I'm going to keep doing that. I think that effect is fun. And I like how the tempera paint sticks layer on top of each other. So since they dry like right away and you really can't move them, it's different where I like when I use a gel crayon, they sometimes can get really muddied when you lay them on top of each other. So you have to be careful what colors that you are laying on top, because it can kind of make it like a mucky, muddy mess, and I don't enjoy that. So these are like not that way at all, and it's pretty fun just to be able to like lay them right on top of each other. See if I can get down in that crease a little bit more. Okay, purple. And this is fun. It just kind of feels artsy, you know. It's like a little artsy background. Something different. I mean, obviously it's pretty quick. It isn't taking a ton of time. Maybe I'll put some pink right there. I'm going to grab the pink. This is when I'm probably going to start seeing like what exact color I want where. So I'll do some pink there. Let's do some pink here. Let's do some more pink right here. Let's do a little bit more green going down between these two. Kind of fun. Yellow and blue make green. We'll put that there. Do some more purple here. Gonna cover that in. I think I'm gonna do purple down in this area right here. So let's see what I can get done here. But this week I did release a 3 series on my axolotl page that I did in the month of July. And I decided to separate it into 3 videos just to kind of see if that was a little bit easier than trying to have it be all in one. Sometimes I know long videos can be just that. They're long and they're harder to watch if you don't have the time. So I really would love your feedback on that. If you would take the time to let me know if you liked that process, and just really any constructive feedback I am completely open to, always. I obviously would rather it not be rude feedback, but if you have something constructive that you would like to share with me, or you just want to share your opinion, I am all ears. I am open to that and welcome that all the time. So that also helps me kind of know just how to proceed forward with what I'm making and my videos and so forth. So thank you, thank you, thank you if you watch those, and another thank you to anyone who would give me that feedback. It would mean the world to me, for sure. All right, I think we need some blue up here. And then I feel like we need some orange in this space too. So maybe the orange comes down here and up. I like that. We need some more yellow. And really, I mean, you can just make as many layers of this as you want. All right, now I gotta get creative with the little ice down here, and then we've got some little spots in here. I might have to get out something to get into the spots. We shall see. So I think where there's like 2 of just like the same lines, I like putting another color on top, maybe just halfway. I don't know, I think that's looking pretty fun. What do you guys think? All right, I think I'm going to do maybe some pink and see if I can get over here. Okay, so I'm going to use my like pastel tool and see how this works. I've never tried this before, so it could be a flop. So I'm just going to get some on there and see makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Okay, so I've already got pink on here, so I'm going to try to get into this little space. Yeah, that works really good. Pretty simple. And then wherever there's just like a little edge of pink, I'm gonna go on that. And try to get rid of all of the white. Because if I have white, I want to have put that back on there. Do a little bit more pink up here. And right there. All right, so I think that's probably good for the pink. Let's see. And what color do I want to do there? Maybe the green? Let's try the green. We'll put another color in there too, but we'll start with the green. And I think I'll even do this little space with some green. Okay, and we'll go in and do another color with that one. Let's look down here and see where we need to add the green. I think that looks good. And let's try to get oh, it's taken pink. That's okay. And I'm just going to add a little more green on top of there. All right. That makes me happy. Alrighty. Let's see. Okay, so let's do some purple now. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm really quiet today. I don't know, my I'm concentrating on this, but also I think I'm a little tired. I feel like I have not been sleeping very well at all. I think with just all, like I was saying, the change of our schedules and just the different worries on my heart right now with, you know, a new school year for my kids and new changes and new buildings and so forth. My youngest goes to an enrichment school twice a week, and it's in a completely new building, and he's the youngest now, all the way up to 12th grade, so that's been a change, and you know, you just hope that that all goes well. And my oldest he's in his second year of high school, and that comes with change. You know, you're not the newbie anymore, and there's more expectations, and your classes get harder, and just all the things with that. I think, just had my mind swirling with, you know, how do I make sure that I'm preparing them to be independent men in the world that are leaving it better than they find it. And that's always my goal as a parent. And then just, you know, I think we've had some changes with my mama lately, and those have been challenging. And I realize that there's a lot of things that I'm mourning inside my heart that I don't always allow myself to feel, just by, I think, just how this disease works, unfortunately. And the past week, I just have kind of felt like I didn't really want to be around people, and I really didn't want to like talk about it. And I just needed time to kind of like think about it and kind of, like I said, mourn those parts that I'm missing. And some of it might be because school started. My mom was a school teacher, and that's something that we had in common. I obviously taught for many, many years at a school before I started staying home with my boys. But I think that probably is some. I think about how her year normally was going at this time, and just how much she loves her grandbabies too, and like the traditions that she had for them at the start of the school year and how that's changed. But one tradition that we started when my oldest was in kindergarten is that my family writes letters. So every year we write letters to the boys, just with some, like accolades and advice for the year that they have ahead, things that we're proud of them for from the past year, hopes and dreams and desires, and just the reminder that like we're already proud of them, right? That the love that we have for them is unconditional. Like there's nothing that they need to do or prove or be this year to earn that love. Like it's already there. And it's such a cool tradition. Like anybody who's listening to this, it's something that I know when I hand these boys, I keep all their letters, and I know when they go to college and I hand them their box of letters to take with them so that they have something to read from their nanny and their poppy and their yayi and their Shane, which that is their aunt and uncle, and their grandma and grandpa, and like the people that were really present in their life at those different times and those different years, how meaningful those words are going to be and what an impact those words are going to have on them. And so Saturday night we all gathered at my parents' house, and we all read our letters to the boys, and it just was so cool. My husband and I each wrote a letter, and this year my sister wrote a letter like she always has, but then my brother-in-law, her husband, also wrote a letter to the boys, which was kind of a surprise. And oh my gosh, it was like, I don't think any of us weren't crying. Like it was just really cool. And I loved sitting there and being able to hear like the wisdom and the love that were being poured into them, but yet how different every single letter was. Like every single person gave them different advice and a different angle to look at things and different love. And I hope my boys always realize forever how blessed they are to have people cheering for them and rooting for them and loving them, through life. And even though my mom couldn't write a letter this year, and my dad wrote it, from both of them, I still saw emotion from her. And even when I was reading my letter and like crying, she was sitting next to me and she put her hand up on my back, and it was just like, it was such a special moment for me, because I've missed a lot of those like mom moments where something will happen in life and she would have been the first one that I would have called, and I just unfortunately can't do that in the same capacity that I used to, and that's really hard. But there's something still so instinctively inside of her that when my sister and I are hurting or sad or show emotion, it's like this motherly instinct that just jumps into high gear to like make sure that we're okay and to take care of us. And I just think that is such a symbol of the power of a mom and how much our kids mean to us, and how much we would go to the ends of the earth for them always. But yeah, so that was a tradition that is a tradition that we've done for many, many years, but we got to do that this weekend, and that truly filled my cup. So that was wonderful. Okay, so I think that it's funny how it's like curling up, because obviously this is like dry. I don't have any paint on my hands. I think that's so fun. I'm going to go in with some alcohol markers and do some shading and then some pencil work and probably some acrylic marker work, and then this page will be done. But I love this background. You guys will have to let me know what you think, and if you're going to try it. Again, these are the Kingart gel crayons. I'll link them in the description below, but they're awesome. I use them all the time in my journals. This kind of gives me more inspiration of how to use them as backgrounds in my coloring books, and I'm excited to try some other things. But I think this little ice cream coffee, or let's say, yes, coffee. We need to have coffee too, right? Ice cream coffee shop little cone things are going to turn out pretty cute. So I hope this video finds you having a beautiful week. I hope that if whatever change you are experiencing in your life, or whatever mountain you're experiencing in your life, because we all have them, right? Something is happening, because time is always ebbing and flowing. I hope that you are handling it with grace and with strength, and that you have the peace that you need to keep climbing. But I hope that you also are taking up your space to fill your cup, and to know how important it is to pour back into you. So friends, I am sending you all my love and sunshine this week. Bye for now.